Morning, 8th class children. Today we are discussing about the biological science. What? Biological science. So, children, in biological science, we discuss up to 3 chapters. So, first of all, we discuss about the what is science chapter. Second, cell, the basic unit of life, and the world of microorganism part 1, the world of microorganism part 2. Now we are discussing about the fourth chapter, reproduction in animals. Okay, we are discussing about what? The fourth chapter, reproduction in animals. So here also a small conversation is there. Listen carefully. So one of the boy, his name is nothing but Ritvik. So one day in his school, a small baby pigeon is baby pigeon means nothing but పావురపు పిల్ల చిన్న ఓకే ఫెల్ డౌన్ ఫ్రమ్ ది వెంటిలేటర్ మీన్స్ పైన గాలి వచ్చేందుకు చిన్న అమరిక అనేది ఉంటుంది దట్ ఆర్ కాల్ కిటికీ లాంటిది అనమాట స్మాల్ విండో లైక్ స్ట్రక్చర్ దట్ ఈస్ సిచ్యువేటెడ్ ఆన్ ది టాప్ ఆఫ్ ది wall is called as ventilator. So from the top of the ventilator, a small baby pigeon is fell down. So at the time, immediately Ritvik, with the help of his friend, carefully put it back in the ventilator, and while keeping that baby pigeon or squab, పక్షి పిల్లను ఇంగ్లీష్లో ఏమంటారంటే స్క్వాబ్. నార్మల్లీ చిక్ మీన్స్ నథింగ్ బట్ కోడి పిల్లను మనం అంటాము. సో దట్ స్క్వాబ్ మీన్స్ నథింగ్ బట్ బేబీ పీజియన్. ఓకే, సో వైల్ putting or keeping this baby pigeon in the nest, he observed some of the eggs in the nest. Okay, he observed what? Some of the eggs are present in the nest of the pigeon, and he also observed that one two another small baby pigeons also were trying to come out from the eggs. Okay, Ritvik while keeping the baby pigeon back into the next, he observed that one some of the eggs are present in the nest, and he also observed that two of the other baby birds means small pigeons are trying to come out from the eggs, and he waited to see that how the eggs are hatched, and by seeing that one he wondered. While observing that one hatching of eggs, some questions are arose in the mind of Ritvik. Okay, while observing the hatching of eggs, some questions are arose in the mind of Ritvik. So what are that questions means nothing but do all eggs are hatched into nestlings? Nestling means nothing but పిల్లల్లాగా మారడం. So all eggs, when you put the all eggs under any mother bird, that does all eggs are hatched into nestlings. Next, can there be pigeons if there were no eggs, and can there be eggs if there were no pigeons? So మీన్స్ ఇన్ తెలుగు గుడ్డు ముందా లేదా పక్షి ముందా లేక ఇలాంటి క్వశ్చన్స్ వస్తాయి. సో ఫర్ దట్ క్వశ్చన్స్ ప్రాబబ్లీ వీ కెనాట్ ఫైండ్ ద ప్రాపర్ ఆన్సర్ ఆర్ యాక్యురేట్ ఆన్సర్. సో నార్మల్లీ all these questions are related to that topic reproductions. So here, children, you already know about that one reproduction chapter in 7th class. Okay, you studied that reproduction in plants in class 7. You know that one the flower part of the plant is considered as a reproductive part of the plants, and you know that one majorly the flower consisting of four parts: calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. Normally, the calyx and corolla do not take part in reproduction, and androecium means male part of the flower and gynoecium female part of the flower take part in the reproduction. So, children, try to answer this question. Do all animals lay eggs? All animals laying eggs? No. So most of the we have in on our daily observation we can say that one only birds can lay eggs, but animals cannot lay eggs. And you know that one now, are there any animals that give birth to young ones? Yes, most of the animals in the surroundings give birth to the young ones అంటే చిన్న చిన్న పిల్లల్ని కంటాయి, such as you know that one buffalo, cow, sheep, goat. Children, you can identify that one which animals lay eggs, which animals give birth to the young one. So here are the some patterns or modes of reproductions are there, and here by careful observation we can say that one which animals lay eggs and which animals directly give birth to the young ones. Children, try to find that one which animal have that ఎక్స్టర్నల్ ఇయర్ అంటే చెవులు బాగా కనిపించే ఎనిమల్స్కి ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చెప్పండి. విచ్ వన్? సో వి అబ్జర్వ్ దట్ వన్ ఇన్ కౌస్ ద ఎక్స్టర్నల్ ఇయర్స్ ఆర్ క్లియర్లీ సీన్. అంటే బాహ్య చెవులు, బయటి చెవులు క్లియర్గా కనిపిస్తాయి కావుకి, ఆవు. And as well as you observe that one buffalo. In buffalo also we observe that one the external ears are can clearly seen. Yes or not? Yes. And you know that one in cat the external ear పిల్లికి కూడా చెవులు ఈజీగా కనిపిస్తాయి. And dog the external ear can be clearly seen. And you know that one sheep, goat, tiger, for all animals you observe that one the external ears అంటే చెవులు ఈజీగా కనిపిస్తాయి. అండ్ ఎనిమల్స్ దట్ డు నాట్ హ్యావ్ ఎక్స్టర్నల్ ఇయర్స్ అంటే చెవులు కనిపించని ఎనిమల్స్. విచ్ వన్? హ్యావ్ యూ ఎవర్ సీన్ ద హెన్ హ్యావ్ ఇయర్స్? కోడికి ఎక్కడైనా చెవులు ఉంటాయా? No, we didn't observe that one external ears of hen. So we didn't observe external ear. It have ears. దానికి ఉంటాయి చెవులు, బట్ outside cannot visible. So the animals that do not have external అంటే బయట చెవులు లాంటి నిర్మాణాలు ఉండనివి, hen కోడి. And you know that one duck బాతు. Not only that one frog have ears? No. And fish, it does not have ears. Frog, fish, duck, hen, peacock. Not only that one, we observe that one lizard బల్లికి కూడా చెవులు ఉంటాయా? నో. అండ్ crocodile, tortoise. Yes or not? All these animals do not have external ears. Which one? Hen, crow, eagle, peacock, duck means birds. We observe that one. Not only beside this we observe that one, we didn't observe external ear in that one crocodile. Crocodile ఒక మొసలికి చెవులు ఉండవు. Snakes have external ears? No. And you know that one tortoise, fish, and a frog. So normally by careful observation you observe that one some animals have external ears, some animals do not have external ear. So, and here normally try to give examples which animals have hair on their body. అంటే రోమాలచే కప్పబడే animals. Buffalo that also have hair, cow, goat, sheep, tiger. Yes or not? Human beings. All these animals have external hair, but some animals have feathers, means ఈకలు, means especially birds, hen, peacock, parrot, duck, etc. So why we are discussing about that one, about externally ears of the animals, and that one presence of epidermal hair or feathers on their body, means their relation is there. So normally the animals that have external ears, normally the animals that have external ears and epidermal hair are directly give birth to the young ones. ఏ ఎనిమల్స్కి అయితే బాహ్య చెవులు స్పష్టంగా కనిపిస్తాయో, చెవులు బయటకు కనిపిస్తాయో అవి, అండ్ దట్ హ్యావ్ ఎపిడర్మల్ హెయిర్, మీన్స్ రోమాల చేత కప్పబడి ఉంటాయో, దట్ ఎనిమల్స్ డైరెక్ట్లీ గివ్ బర్త్ టు ది యంగ్ వన్స్. అండ్ ద ఎనిమల్స్ దట్ డు నాట్ హ్యావ్, and the animals that do not have external ear, okay, the animals that do not have external ears and their body is covered with feathers or scales, అంటే ఈకలైనా అని పొలుసుల చేత కప్పబడి ఉంటాయి. దట్ ఎనిమల్స్ లేస్ ఎగ్స్, అలాంటి ఎనిమల్స్ గుడ్లు పెడతాయి. సో ద ఎనిమల్స్ హావ్, అంటే బయట చెవులు కనిపించే ఎనిమల్స్ను పిల్లల్ని కంటాయి, చెవులు కనిపించనివి గుడ్లు పెడతాయి. సో నౌ యూ హ్యావ్ ఐడియా, yes or not, which animal lay eggs, which animals directly give birth to the young ones. So from our observation we observed that one, the animals giving birth to the young ones have epidermal hair on their skins and external ends, and the animals that lay eggs do not have that epidermal hair and external ears. Normally scientific terms are nothing but the animals which lay eggs, okay, what, the animals which lay eggs are called as oviparous animals. What, the animals which lay eggs are called as oviparous animals, and the animals that give directly birth to the young ones are called as viviparous animals. Okay, the animals which lay eggs are called as oviparous animals. The animals that give directly birth to the young ones are called as viviparous animals. What, viviparous animals. So oviparous means nothing but egg laying animals. Viviparous means the animals that give directly birth to the young ones. So here some basic differentiation also there in between the oviparous and viviparous. Oviparous means nothing but the animals which lay eggs are called as oviparous animals. Viviparous means nothing but the animals that give directly birth to the young ones are called as viviparous animals. Oviparous animals do not have external ears, బాహ్య చెవులు ఉండవు. Viviparous animals have external ears. Viviparous animals have external ears. Oviparous animals have feathers and scales. ఈకలు ఉంటాయి ఓవిపరాస్, గుడ్లు పెట్టే వాటికి. అండ్ వివిపరాస్ animals have epidermal air. Okay, example for the oviparous gudlu pette vaatiki means nothing but birds such as hen, peacock, crow, eagle, and the animals such as lizard, snake, crocodile, tortoise, frogs, fish. Viviparous example is nothing but cow, buffalo, tiger, lion, elephant, sheep, goat, cat, rat also viviparous. ఎలుక కూడా పిల్లల్ని కంటుంది. స్క్విరల్ ఉడత and human beings also are viviparous. So one time children recall about the reproduction in plants. So the male part of the plant is called androecium. It bears that one stamen. So the stamen bears the anther. It releases that one pollen grains, means paraga renuvulu, and the gynoecium part of that flower bears the ovary, and ovary contains ovule. When pollen grain falls upon the stigma part of the gynoecium, both the nucleus of pollen grain and ovule are joined together to form a structure called as zygote. So finally it is means gives seed. Seed means nothing but vittanam. So when we sow the seed in the soil, it gives new plant. Yes or not? So as the seed grows into, as the seed germinates, it gives a new plant. Here reproduction means nothing but the process of living organism. Okay, the process of living organ in which offsprings are produced is called as a reproduction. Okay, so the process of production of what? Reproduction means nothing but the process of production of offsprings by the living organism is called as reproduction. So why the reproduction is essential for the living organisms? మరి ప్రత్యుత్పత్తి ఎందుకు అవసరం? So you know that one the reproduction is the basic life process. Okay, such as that one, you know that one the feeding process, how ఆహారం ఎలా తీసుకుంటాము, గ్రోత్ అంటే పెరుగుదల ఎలా జరుగుతుందో. సో ఆల్ లైక్ దట్ వన్, ఇట్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో బేసిక్ లైఫ్ ప్రాసెస్. సో ద రిప్రొడక్షన్ ప్రాసెస్ ఈజ్ ఎసెన్షియల్ ఫర్ దట్ వన్ కంటిన్యూషన్ ఆఫ్ స్పీసీస్. అంటే తమ యొక్క తరాలను భవిష్యత్తులో నిలిపి ఉంచడానికి తోడ్పడే ప్రక్రియ. యు నో దట్ వన్ all living organisms all time not lives on the earth means nothing but లివింగ్ ఆర్గానిజమ్స్ భూమి మీద కొద్ది రోజులు మాత్రమే బతుకుతాయి. మీన్స్ when the living organism reaches to the old stage, even that one plant or animal, they reaches to the death stage. అంటే కొద్ది కాలం తర్వాత ముసలితనానికి గురి కావడం జరుగుతుంది. Then reaches to the death stage. So when the living organisms are old and died, who can replace that old species? అంటే వాళ్ళ స్థానంలో ఎవరు ఉంటారు? మీన్స్ నథింగ్ బట్ దేర్ యంగ్ వన్స్, వాటి యొక్క పిల్లలు. సో దట్స్ వై for the continuation of life on the earth, so the reproduction process is essential. So in this lesson we have to try to understand that the modes of reproduction. So you know about that one already. Plants also reproduce in two ways, both sexually and asexually. In the same way, the animals also reproduce sexually and asexually. We have detailedly explained about the different modes of reproduction later. Thank you.